All right, we're back at 14 Brown. This is after week number 1. Just going to give you a quick walkthrough as to what we've done. So we've got it all demoed out and had to level out the floors because there was some settling. And essentially what they did is just ripped out the ground and then sisted it up and put down some new ply so that the floors are flat. Now as we swing around here, we already got half of the kitchen tiled. We're using these marble look tiles, but we're doing them as 12 by 24s rather than the 24 by 24s because the 24 by 24s sold out and I didn't want to wait for the reorder. So going with a little bit of a different style here. Walls are already primed up and I'll take you on upstairs. So going upstairs, you're going to see that the settling is more pronounced on the second floor, which is kind of typical. As you go up, it gets a little worse. So we got a little lean in the stairs. We're going to figure out what we're going to do with that. And for here, what we're doing is creating like a new shimmed out floor with some 2x4s and just creating a new platform so that the floors are level and not as wonky. Bedrooms are just starting to get their first coat of primer. All the doors are removed. This door here is going to be closed up so you're not walking into one bedroom for the next. This floor has been leveled out already. This is bedroom number 2, which is a pretty good size. Now we're going to change the walkway. The entryway is going to be through this wall here. So the access point, this is going to be closed off. This is going to open up. This is going to open up. So these two walls here are going to open up, and that'll be your walkway into this bedroom here, right through that door. This is the room that faces the front of the house that I guess the previous owners made into the master because the bathroom access was right through there. So now we got this bathroom all gutted out. I'm going to bring a window right back here. The toilet is going to go down there, but this is all cleared, waiting for the plumber, whoever that lucky man will be. And then the access is going to be off of the hallway right through here, which it was at one point. So somebody came along and changed the access to be through here, which doesn't make any sense to me. And that's where we're at upstairs, but it looks like we got about 3 weeks total of work, so we should be done in about 2 more weeks. We're gonna head downstairs and see how the basement is coming along. So down into the lower level, this is just pretty much gonna be a rec room. I'm not gonna finish it out completely because it's kind of damp down here. It's gonna be a pain to get this done right. But now that we have it cleared out, you get to see the furnace unit here and how this is laid out. I gotta add 2 new windows back, which I didn't realize we're missing before. So I gotta add 2 windows back, and look at this. This is what you call rubble foundation. So that's, an old style of foundation. Before they poured foundations, they used to make them out of just layered stones with mortar in between them. Get them as straight as possible, and that was the foundation. And these actually hold up pretty well. Surprisingly, you figure that they'll freaking fall apart, but they do all right. So that's that section here. So this front section I'm just gonna finish. Probably vinyl laminate floors, get these floors a little more leveled out, and get rid of the panels here, make sure it looks smooth. I might build like a half bath here. I may build the laundry room down here, like in this corner somewhere, maybe on this side, laundry room and half bath. I don't even think I'm gonna do the half bath, to be honest with you. I think I'm just gonna do the laundry room right in that closet, throw in some hookups and cancel it out. Maybe put a closet in another corner, or like maybe a closet here or some hooks here just for a little bit of storage. And this back area could stay as permanent storage in the full utility room. not going to do anything too creative down here. It's not really necessary for me to put that money in. So now that I've walked you through this property, what I want to do is kind of go over the numbers and the assumptions that I have for this property so that you can get a sense of what the costs are to renovate through this point and what my thinking is financially to this point. So this is after the first week. So what we're going to do now is take a look at the numbers related to this property for the first week of construction and pretty much up until this point. I want you to get a sense of what the financials look like for a transaction like this so that you can start thinking a little more like an investor like me. Now, this is not a universal strategy. It's really at your discretion. If you think this buy and hold strategy could work for you, this is a lower cost buy and hold. It's a single family house. If you think that this is going to work for you, then you can kind of use this as a guide for a cash purchase in a lower cost area. So as you know, the purchase price for this property was negotiated around $27,000. But after reviewing the numbers, I see that there's actually some variance from that, and I'm going to go into that piece first. So I put this property in contract on April 5th of 2019. My contract price was $27,000, and I was putting down $5,000 as a down payment. Now, this $5,008 actually includes the $8 that I'm being charged for the certified check, but that is my cost, so I include that on my spreadsheet. Now, the insurance actually, in doing the spreadsheet, I just realized that I never took out homeowners insurance on this property, which is, not necessarily a good idea because now I'm completely at risk. But since this was a cash deal, it's not a requirement of a lender to have homeowners insurance. But I'll probably have homeowners insurance on there by tomorrow or Saturday, just so I don't get screwed if there's a storm or something like that. No bank attorney fees, no credit check, because those are things that would automatically be done or included if I was using hard money, but this was a cash deal. Now, the other fee that I have is the buyer's attorney's fee, which is my representation, as well as the title bill. Now, that came out to $6,080.24. Out of that, $1,200 was the attorney's fees, and $4,880.24 went to the title company. Now, that's the title search fees, title insurance, and some of the other incidental fees. I actually need to get a breakdown of that because I do think it's inclusive of my upcoming tax bill, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to want to take a look at that and make sure that it's covering me to a certain point, just so I know when I have to start kicking in my taxes. But that's around $4,800. I'm pretty sure that it does include some of the other fees. It includes some of the recording fees. But once I have that document, I could come back and give you a breakdown on that. I included all the title fees together in this title bill. Sometimes there's a title closing fee for the closer who actually attends the closing. Other times, I sometimes segregate the two bills. But this I sent as one single transaction, so I want it to reflect as one single transaction when my accountant is reviewing this, so she knows what that transaction actually included. There's no loan origination fee because, once again, this was a cash deal. Prepaid taxes may be bundled into my title bill, but I need to confirm that, so I still have that line there. And the purchase balance. Now, this is why I said that I agreed to $27,000, but if you look at what my purchase balance was, which was $17,000 and change, plus my initial down payment, that's only $22,000. So what happened? Now, this was a foreclosure. This was a property that I purchased at on the market. It was listed on MLS, but it was actually an assignment of a sale. So it was a foreclosure sale, and the person that I bought it from got the winning bid. They put down 10%. The winning bid was $21,000. Okay, so they put down the 10% down payment at the point of purchase at the auction, which is a requirement, which was $2,100, and then they immediately listed the property, I think, for like $35,000 or $40,000, and they were looking to just flip their contract, right? So they weren't getting any traction because the house looked pretty crazy, and I just offered like $27,000, and eventually they came back around to my offer after rejecting it because they were running into that time where they were about to expire on their purchase, and if they didn't flip their contract, they would have lost their $2,100. So essentially, they're going to just try to pass it off to me at cost, or at this small $5,000 profit. I think a $6,000 profit, because they'll pay their attorney fees, they'll pay their down payment, and maybe they make a little bit of money for their pocket. So it was kind of a win-win in all for them. They were able to get out of the deal without really losing any money, even though it was just a contract. Their strategy was to flip the contract. If they did sell it for the $40K, they would have made like a $15,000 profit on a $2,100 investment. Pretty good. So now, how did it end up at $22,000? During the settlement, it turns out that the bank that was selling the property at the foreclosure auction was willing to eat some of the cost, which were included in the sale, which were like back taxes and I think an open violation. And for whatever reason, they subtracted that from the actual transaction price. I guess because they got it written off or whatever. So they made the adjustment down, which is not typical. So I ended up getting this property even cheaper than I thought. So my out-of-pocket expense for this property, to buy this property, was $28,000, $28,303.79. Okay? Now, what is this property worth? I didn't get an ARV appraisal, but just doing a quick analysis, you can find that a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house in Port Jervis that's in pretty good shape is going to sell for anywhere between $130,000 and $180,000. Actually, I could show you how I arrived at that. Let me just open up a window in Zillow, and I'll show you exactly how I search for comps when I'm looking at a new area. Okay, so I'm looking at buy, homes for sale, and what I'm going to do is enter the area that I'm interested in. And now I'm going to have to move around my little camera in camera here, or picture in picture, just to show you exactly, kind of how I navigate Zillow. So first thing I'm going to do is put in Port Jervis. And I already have this filtered for cheaper properties, but let me find what has sold. And I'm going to find what has sold recently. And what I'm going to try to do is I could either filter it to the range that I was thinking, or just show you exactly what has hit recently, just to give you a clear look. I'm not going to filter it and try to show you or steer you in the wrong direction. I know what the range is because I searched it already, but I'll show you exactly how I would do this if I was looking at a neighborhood for the first time. So I'm just going to move this over here, just like that, and move the screen here. See if they let, okay. So this property is located like right in the downtown area of Port Jervis, in this section here. So like right around here. So what I'm going to do is filter this by newest transactions. Okay, so this property right here, 25 Thompson Street, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, sold for $165,000 last week. So this is a sale that occurred May 23rd, 2019. And let's take a look at this house to see what its condition is. It's probably in pretty good shape. So I'll look at the pictures, and the pictures show that this is a single family house, clean on the outside, wood floors, older cabinets, but everything is clean. House is in well maintained condition. Pretty decent house. Okay. It's representing that it's 14,040 feet as far as square footage is concerned. And it's a good house. It's a solid house. Nice yard, nice little area. Let me zoom in onto where this is neighborhood-wise, so I can show you its distance from the property that I purchased. Let's see here. So 165 Thompson is here, right? 165 Thompson, and look where Brown Street is. This is literally the block directly behind where I purchased. Okay, so let me just try to move this into focus here so you can see it. So my property is right here. You see this 35K? Right? This is 14 Brown Street. You can't really see that little micro picture. And this reference property, which sold for 165, which is literally behind it, one block, is more or less the same square footage, same neighborhood, and it's in good condition. So when I'm renovating it to high level condition, I should be able to comp out at this 165 price. They'll probably adjust me down because I only have one full bathroom, but I do have more square footage. So there's going to be some adjustments, but I feel like that 160 is pretty good. If I wanted to see more properties, this 168, this is in Pennsylvania, so that one doesn't count. Focus on Port Jervis here. And when they're doing the comps, they're going to get 3 similar properties from the same neighborhood. Now you see you have this house that sold for 15. I wish I bought that one. But they're not going to comp out against that because that's not truly representational of the market. This Ball Street property, which is, 8 blocks away, sold for 140, 4-bed, 2-bath, slightly bigger house. This other one on Ball Street is sold for 139. This Big Bird house, 145 Hammond, all on this right side down here, which is I think considered like the 4th ward. Those prices are actually a little cheaper. Here's the other one that I bought, which I'm proud of. This is 32nd Street, so that's my transaction on the 16th of April. Here's another one for 143. So I think realistically, I should be comping out at like 150-ish, 140-ish would be reasonable. I know that there's other sales that are going to be in, for larger amounts, some for smaller. So look at this, 48 Hammond, 3-bedroom house sold for 150, beginning of April, and that doesn't look like it's that sexy of a house. That was in Pennsylvania. 94,000. So they're kind of all over the place, but I think I'll get pretty favorable comps. This one's a renovated house that sold in January, which is still within 6 months. 168, 1,200 square feet, but it's renovated nicely. This is clearly a flip house. More of the style that how I finish houses. So it's clean on the outside, clean on the inside, wood floors, looking pretty nice. So the deck is updated. So this is something that I'd be comping next to as well. Really solid house. So like I said, I think I'll come in around 150. Just because they're going to adjust me down for not having a garage. They're going to adjust me down for only 1 bath. Unless I add that 2nd bath, but 150 should be the comp price. So So let me get out of Zillow now and head back into the document. And you see here, I have the appraised value at 140 just to be conservative, okay? So if you think about the ratios here as to what I paid for this property and what I'm forecasting as my budget for this property, you'll see that the ratios were good. Because if the appraised value is $140,000 and I paid $28,000 for this house, if I invest $50,000 more, that's going to take me to what? $80,000, right? So 80,000 divided by 140,000, just because I want to be conservative here and not steer you in the wrong direction. 80,000 divided by 140,000 is a total cost to me of 57% of the after repair value. Now that's freaking good. And the reason why it's good is because I could cash out at 75% LTV within 30 days, okay? So if I'm cashing out at 75% LTV within 30 days, that means I'm gonna cash out 0.75 times 140, I'm gonna cash out 100 grand, right? Minus my fees and whatever that I get charged on my refinance cost, I'll probably walk away with $90,000. So if I'm spending $80,000 and I'm walking away with $90,000, $93,000 after they do their bit, I spent I made $13,000 clean from my pocket in 45 days, 60 days, something like that. So $13K from my pocket, and I'm still going to have $35,000 in equity that hits my balance sheet, and I can rent this property for like $1,400, $1,500 a month, while my note's only going to be like $1,000. Okay, so I'll be making about $500 a month, $400 a month, $13,000 from my pocket, $0 tracked in the deal, and 35% equity. So when you look at the numbers there, what you're going to see is these are the type of rentals that you want, in my opinion, right? You want to be able to buy your property, cash out with a profit. That way you have 0% invested and your rate of return is now infinite, right? Because you've already made $35K on your balance sheet. You've already made $13,000 for your pocket, right? So, and you have no more money trapped in the deal. So at that point, any bit of cash flow is all profit. And the rest that's being, amortized towards your debt is all gravy for you. So in the long run, you're going to make, well over, the life of the property is going to be 30 years. So over the life of the property, you're going to make well over, $250,000 in revenue. The property value will probably be about the same, like 150, 180, maybe. I don't know what it'll be in 30 years, but it'll be pretty low. Because of the area, I don't think it's gonna, shoot up to like 500 grand. If it does, great. But you could expect that you're gonna make, the $1,400 a month for 30 years. 400 or 500 of that is gonna be your cash flow, and the rest is gonna be the amortization on your debt. You're still gonna be able to depreciate the house. You'll be able to do a lot of things. These are the type of deals that make me smile because $0 get trapped. And I get to see the positives from there. If I decide to sell this house, I also can generate, after all my fees, maybe I make $40K, $45,000 profit if I sell this house. Might do that, might not. Since it's a single family home, kind of is in my better interest to sell it, but we'll see how it goes. I might list it, but I don't know. My idea right now is to refinance because I'll make my money regardless, and I'll get all my money back, so I could do like 2 more or 3 more deals in the next 60 days. So that's the down payment and the actual purchasing and the logic behind the purchase and why I would buy this dead house for $28,000. So next thing is, where are we at construction wise? Okay, so one expense I didn't factor in here was my garbage expense. garbage container one. Because I do have a 40-foot dumpster on site, and I know that cost me, I believe, $725. I'll confirm that later, but I have to sign into my bank account, and I'm not going to put that on the internet. So the garbage container is, I think, $725. So that's added to my cost. So for the first week, which was my demo, getting the floors corrected, as I showed you, primering the walls, getting the house cleaned up, cleared out, and in a position where we can work, that was actually 6 days of work because Memorial Day was a short week and I had some of my guys in there right before Memorial Day just removing junk. So the first week labor cost was $4,500, okay? And that's for a team of 4 guys, and getting the house primed, garbage cleared out, and the floors leveled, right? And some of the tiles down, as I showed you in the video. Now, the materials up for that period of 5/21 to 5/24, which is the week of Memorial Day, when I did this video, is $3,745.18. So if you look at it, so far my construction budget is at $8,970.18, and that's for the first 6 days, week and a half of construction. Next week, I'll be showing you an update again as to where we are in this property after this week closes out and what have we spent. My guess is we have about 2.5 weeks to go to finish this out completely. So I think I'm going to come in around $50,000, $55,000 all in. I might be able to save a little bit of money depending on how fast my guys move. But what I'm going to do, because I got screwed on my other deal with the timing of the plumber, is I'm going to get everything in the house done up until the bathroom. So I'm going to get my guys to get everything completed up until the bathroom, and then they're going to come in for the last 3 or 4 days, bang out the bathroom, do any kind of touch up, and out. Right? So let's see if I come in budget at my 50K mark. Hopefully I stay right around there, because then I'll be able to walk away with like 13K. If it ends up going to $60,000, hey, then I walk away for a break even on this one. But these are the numbers so far, and I'll come back week by week and walk you through how much things have cost me. Now, these materials in the first week, like I said, are about 150 or 180 square feet of marble look tiles that I'm paying $3 a square foot for. That's for the kitchen. The cement, quick level cement, thin set, a few buckets of primer, paint rolls, compound, which I might have from like another job that what I just brought over anyway, and that's it. And physical man. Oh, and the plywood for the floors and the wood to sister up the joists. That's it. So that already cost me $3,700. Next week, once we look at the numbers again, will probably be about $5,000, I think, because there I'm spending a little more money on paint. I got my wood floors in, and actually it might not be that much more, because the floors are costing me like $1,500 per square foot. $1.50 per square foot, and I'm probably doing about 1,000 square feet of flooring. So that's like $1,500 plus tax, $2,000, and a few miscellaneous things, maybe a couple sheets of drywall, not much. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's another week of under $4,000. So by 2 weeks in the halfway point, I'll have the walls primed fully, the kitchen tiled, all the floors completed, and really just looking to start doing my finishing work, putting in my cabinets, getting my appliances in, and then my plumbing, which, unfortunately up there, I have to work with the plumbers in the town. and they charge a premium for the work. So when you see what my plumbing bill is going to be, don't laugh at me. My crew could do the plumbing for a lot cheaper, but you know, town rules are town rules, and you'll see that my plumbing budget is about 2 to 3 times what it should be, and that's unfortunate. So that's the only thing that I could see putting me above my budget, is how hard I get greased by the plumber. But we'll see what his number comes back as. But at this point, I feel like by the end of next week, right, one more full week, all my floors are going to be done. I should have moldings in. I should have most of the paint on the walls, ready for my cabinets to be placed, ready for my kitchen to be finished. I mean, ready for my bathroom to be finished whenever the plumber is done. And, really, I think I have 2 more weeks of work. So if each week costs me about this much, which is around $9,000 for the week, if we keep the same pace, and this is a 4-week project, then my materials and labor are going to cost me $36,000, and then whatever I'm going to get charged by the plumber, and whatever I'm going to get charged for doing my little siding and deck adjustments, and budget complete. So root for me. Let's see how this one goes. Next week, I'll be showing you another video, more of the same, walking you through the entire thing. So we're going to look at where we are with construction. We're going to look at where the budget is. And the next videos after that will be my exiting of the deal. Am I going to refi, or am I going to sell, and what to expect from each experience. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're not already a subscriber, you know what to do. Please subscribe. If you have any friends or people that are interested in investing in real estate, interested in being a landlord, they want to learn, please share this video directly to them, share it to your social media, get people involved, get people interested, find partners, and do this. You absolutely can do this. This is not hard. It's mostly mathematics. If you can really organize yourself, organize your thoughts, write things out on a piece of paper, with just looking at the numbers, you should be able to replicate these deals, okay? All the hard parts, I can walk you through, finding contractors. If you have questions, please leave your questions in the comment section below. All of those things are important. I will be able to advise you as best as I can. I don't have all the answers, but I do have most of them. So if you need help, write in the comment section below. Not a problem. I usually answer. I'm not popular. I don't have thousands of comments where I can't keep up with it. So you'll get an answer. So take advantage of that. Thank you for joining me at ENTP Life. Good night.